Now, for those of y'all who watched my last video, I said I got like 547 views. So I decided to make long videos about Forrest so I could go into detail about who this dude was to me. Because everybody has their own perspective, so not all of us looked at Forrest the same. Now, I met Forrest when I was 7 years old. I stayed on Hillcrest. I stayed on Patterson Ave. It was the only road that I ever stayed on that had my last name. Stayed in apartment 301, I think it was. So Forrest used to come over there with his homeboy Junetile and buy weed for my mom and shit like that. I think bro like 16, 17 around the time. I can't really remember. I was a kid. But anyway, so my first day at the youth center, I had on these ugly ass sandals. It was after me and my brother moved back to North Carolina, and he moved off with his dad. So when I started going to the youth center, I was like 8, and I was like 9 or 10. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my mom used to make me wear these ugly ass motherfucking sandals, and I hated them bitches. Got picked on about that shit and everything the entire time I was there. That's just during the first day though. I kind of sort of became a legend after the story I'm about to tell y'all guys. And this is the first time I met Forrest. So boom, they call us to come outside. We go outside and we playing kickball. So it's the staff versus the kids. And it's like maybe 10 members of the staff, but it's like 30 of us playing as the kids, you know what I'm saying, on the kids team. So the staff will pick the best kids that they know gonna help the other kids win to be on their team, which they would only pick like 5. And like I said, I'm new. I didn't get picked to be on their team. A little background, I'm from North Carolina. I'm a kid at the time, so I'm stronger, faster than most of these kids out here. So to me, I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to beat adults my entire life, and at least one thing I was able to do. So, you know, I'm confident about this. Now, at this time, Forrest isn't there. Forrest was staying out there in Hillcrest still. So it was like a 15, 20-minute ride. When you go down, you could take it straight down from where I stayed at the time to get to Hillcrest. But when you came back, you had to go around and shit like that. That's just what I remember. But the road that it would take you to, it would bring you right there to the youth center. So boom, the adults started off, they kicked the ball far as shit. And I didn't catch it because, you know what I'm saying, I'm just testing the ropes. So then Keisha get up there, she kicked the fuck out the ball, and I catch that bitch. And she thought, oh shit, this one got some spunk in him. So you know, I catch their balls or whatever, and off rip, they got like 3 outs. Okay. So then, it was our turn. So we go in or whatever, and we played it like we played baseball. So it's 9, you got 9 outs. All right, so the first team to get 9 outs loses off rip. So I kicked like 3rd or 5th, I remember. So when I kicked the ball, I sent that bitch almost as far as Forrest do, you know what I'm saying? And everybody is shocked and surprised, like they never seen this before. It was crazy as fuck. But anyway, so after I kicked the ball, boom, I kicked myself a home run, so I came home. So the person that was behind me asked me to go, so I just kept going after that because everybody wanted me to kick for them. And it was like one of the kids that got picked to be on the staff team that caught the ball, his name was AJ, and I'll tell stories about him later. So boom, all I know is I see this dude with a 59 fitted cap, a motherfucking army fatigue jacket with a polo shirt, some pants, some jeans, and some Timberlands walking up. And it's Forrest. Now Forrest known me since I was 7. So bro, like I see him, he see me, and he like, shit, what up, Dre? What you doing here? And I'm like, shit, my mom dropped me off here. I don't even know where the fuck I'm at for real. And he was like, no shit, I'll talk to you about it. He was like, you playing kickball? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, you any good? And I'm like, I'm alright. So boom, he was like, alright then. He said, I think it's y'all turn to go in there. So boom. I was like, nah, not yet. They got one more out. And he was like, shit, who got them out so far? And I was like, me. He jerked his head back. He was like, alright then, we gonna see what you got. So boom, as Keisha kicked the ball again, I done jumped up, done ran as hard as I could, caught that bitch, dove in some mud. I'm dirty as fuck. Alright, so boom. So next thing you know, I see Forrest take his jacket off and sit his bag on the damn table on one of the picnic tables up under the breezeway and shit. So everybody, like all the kids, is frozen seeing this nigga getting ready to play in the outfield. And I look at them, I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? They was like, Forrest here, we not gonna win. Now at the time, the points is like, we got 6, they got 5. Like it's a close game. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, y'all worried about Forrest? Forrest can't do shit, bruh. Like he ain't like that, bruh. And when I tell you, every last one of them is telling me that he like that. I look across the damn court and I see that they talking to Forrest about me. Like they pointing at me and everything. And that nigga just said, alright, I'm about to shut that down. So boom, it's my turn. I kick the fuck out the ball. Bruh, all I see is that polo shirt and them jeans and Timbs moving at the speed of a shadow, my nigga. And he had caught the ball, but when he landed, he slipped and it rolled out of his hand, so it didn't count as an out. So boom, I stood there shocked at first, because I ain't never seen nobody catch anything that I kicked in kickball before, you feel me? So boom, I'm running. I done wrap first base, wrap second base, headed to third. Why the fuck this nigga is running full stride like a damn horse? So as I wrap third, I look and I see him, and I'm on my way to first base, and I see that motherfucking ball come, and it was like God grabbed my legs and stopped me. That motherfucker flew past my face, and that something smacked that fence. I was like, oh shit. So boom, I got like 5 more feet to go. This nigga done ran, jumped over me like Bushido Brown, picked up the ball and threw that bitch. And that motherfucker hit me in my face, like my foot on the base, but it hit me in my fucking face. Damn near knocked me the fuck out. It counted as a home, so the next person that kicked the ball got out, they came in. So Forrest off rip going first, and everybody's like way back there, like you got niggas in the street, you got niggas at the very edge of the fence and shit. I'm like, why the fuck y'all standing back here? They said he about to kick the fuck out that ball. I'm like, man, fuck out of here, bro. He ain't like that, bro. So I thought about it and I started moving. Next thing as I'm moving to get into position to try and catch this ball, all I hear is BOOM! And it was like Jeepers Creepers flew over me, bro. Like that fucking ball was moving. So I'm running and I jump in the air to catch it, and I got hung up on the fence, but I caught the ball. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had hope for my ass. So Forrest got out. So boom, it ended up being his turn again, and this nigga kicked the ball a second time. And the staff let him go again. So he kicked the ball a second time, and it goes all the way into the road. So I'm out there running to catch that bitch, bro. When that motherfucker hit my hands, it turned that shit into charcoal. Bro, he burnt the fuck out my hands with that ball. Like it was spinning like hell. So I'm running fast as hard as I can to try and get this nigga out before he get to home base, which I didn't do. But when I got there, I threw the ball so hard that I ended up getting him back and hitting him in his face. That nigga said, all right, I got you. Long story short, that was the hardest game against any adult I've ever played as far as like sports go, bro. But yeah, so we ended up losing because of Forrest. Like, that nigga was a beast, bro. He was a fucking animal. I swear to God.